And shout out to him for making top 8 as well. He made top 8 in, what was it, Capcom versus SNK?
Yes,
he
did.
So always a good player as well. Impressive to see at your own tournament going that hard.
That's right,
But we are getting into it right now. Just a couple jabs to check you out because this is going to be a lot of feeling out spacing at this beginning.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, again, this is just going to be a game of chicken, and for good reason, because then stuff like this happens. Of course, when Kola starts to break that zone, I completely space on. I mean, we talk about the potency of standing jab and, of course, short hop fair, but double edge dance is catching spot dodges or catch you in the air. It ain't the damage that gets you. It's the knockback, man. I sound like an old man, right? Like, it ain't the cold air, it's the wind, you know?
It's certainly, I mean, that's some hard-blowing wind right there. It knocked you all the way to the blast zone, and already on to the next stop, 45%. That's You thought you were safe? You thought you were far enough away? Not today. I got speed on my side.
I got speed, man. You got Accelerado. I got speed, man. Who you feeling like? There's the backdoor course. Has you off stage. Try to put him to sleep. A little off the mark, but definitely saves of what's to come. Oh, we spent the meter, but that's okay. It was worth every penny, or I guess right there, every piece of percent.
Yep, I mean, that Magic Burst, it's still an expensive spell, but you can just get it back with enough hits on the other side. But, oh, okay.
Ooh.
Wanted a little bit of read action there. Not today. Ain't checking out no books.
No, absolutely not, man. Do I look like Arthur Reed to you? Do I look like LeVar Burton to you? I didn't come here to read. I came here to fight.
Yeah, no rainbows today. And accelerate just to get back to stage. And now, I love that air dodge through. That's something that BeastModePaul does a lot, where he'll use the speed to accelerate plus the air dodge to just get absolutely all the way to center stage. You try to mess with him, it ain't gonna matter. He's invincible.
No, he's invincible. Yeah, I mean it's all for naught at that point for sure. Ooh. Oh my! See, this hey, look, you talked about as we came into this match just the sheer what appears at times to be RNG, but it's really just well calculated. Utilization of the tools that BeastModePaul has. Even when you think he's in disadvantage, you can get thwacked and whacked straight up, bro.
Yup. You just always have to be ready for so many possibilities. Like that kaboom, at any point, just a massive hitbox. We saw the Magic Burst before. It was like, oh, I'm stuck on ledge versus Magic Burst. As far as I know, there's no counterplay.
No, you got to eat that. Okay. I love the half charge right there. There's like, oh, and you know what's funny? I love double hitting attacks, like double hitting normals, like Link's F smash.
Oh, yeah.
Cloud's triple F smash, or even F tilt on hero. I just wish it was safer on shield at times. Kind of putting BeastModePaul into an icky spot. Standing jab is in the water, and I hear it. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you got caught slipping? Let me just suck. Yeah, that wind box on the kaboom is just dastardly. You try to jump back to ledge, nah, it's getting you.
Yeah, no doubt about that, man. On the way back down, yes, and I love that time. A little bit of a delay just to make sure it lands. That is one luxury you do have.
Okay. Accelerate once again and just trying to throw a couple projectiles to mess with Kola's timing. But still, BeastModePaul on the final throws of his life. If you get caught with a jab in the corner, certainly going to perish.
And it always amazes me how BeastModePaul can just like slowly but surely bring himself out of a deficit. I mean, if you would have tuned into the first part of this match and thought, yeah, man, Kola's probably going to wash him, I mean, you're not too far off for guessing that. But the fact that he was able to claw his way back into semi-even footing using the grounded up B and then trying to read which way the air dodge is going to go for the up smash, I think that really says a lot. Like, even in your final moments, you still got to go with the game plan. So good stuff to Kola, but BeastModePaul looking good.
My key, that kaboom probably kills. Like, he was frames away from just winning the game. So just that little bit of differential, and that would have been BeastModePaul's game. So yeah, I think you make a good point about BeastModePaul. Like, he sort of code switches a little bit between his different styles, and he just flips back and forth with how he uses the menu, how he uses his other spells, and that's always constantly rotating through different options that you have to be ready for.
Yes. Again, even with the normals too, I think one thing that some of the bigger and heavier characters have is that element of surprise that, oh, are we really boxing right now? Yeah, I might, you box, Rob. I might actually 1-2 jab roll just to check the temperature. We're not really doing the same type of boxing, but I am down to exchange some blows. His gameplay, BeastModePaul's gameplay, actually almost reminds me of, I don't know if you remember this guy from Smash 4. He was actually from Florida. His name was Daff. He was one of the best Robins in the business, but the gameplay kind of reminds me of theirs, where like the code switching. I can be aggressive at times, and those are the moments where they might scare you. Then just when you get used to me being aggressive, I slow it down and really beat you.
Makes sense, yeah. But once again, we're starting off hot for the Flare Blade of Roy. But I mean, just quickly answering back and just a lot of percent on that Crackle slash. And just this rinse and repeat ledge trapping. Suddenly, This is looking like BeastModePaul's game.
Yeah, it most certainly is. BeastModePaul, just a complete turnaround from what we see in the last game. And this is what you really can't let happen when you fight against a character. Really, funnily enough, any of the DLC characters all kind of have the same, like you can't let them have the lead. Now, duh, it's fighting games. Of course, Rod, you don't want anybody to have the lead. But a lot of the DLC characters, especially Heroes 1, where you just cannot allow for them to have that because now you got to play their game. Now you have to overextend, and now they're creating themselves space where they get to read your approaches a little bit easier. Well, doesn't matter what I was saying.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I see what you mean, for sure.
You get me?
But that time, I mean, just the jab. Like you said, it's that frame 5 jab. It's so difficult to deal with in the corner, and it ain't the damage that gets you.
Dude, are we getting old on the mic,
I think we are, dude. I can feel my bones cracking.
Oh, my God. Bones cracking off this game. And, of course, in-game as well here, too. We got these two monsters right now just slugging it out here, and for good reason. I love that grounded up B. Has him on the top platform. That time, no immediate follow-up, but certainly shades of what's to come. Now, of course, we do see the fish for the up smash, but I think if BeastModePaul wants to play it safe, we'll see the grounded up B, especially up underneath the platform to keep you guessing, and then we'll start to look for up air. Which way am I going to harass?
Yeah, and it's just, oh, okay, that flame slash a hair off from catching. But Accelerate is going to get BMP back to center stage once again with that air dodge. I'm seeing it twice now. We might see Kola get a beat on that and start going for a turnaround, but a parry on the kaboom.
Did we just
I ain't seen that in my life.
Did we just parry the kaboom? Okay. I mean, here we were kind of prophesizing coming to the match, you know, the importance of just keeping space in between you and somebody like Kola's Roy. There's a lot of Roys out there, but there's only one Kola Roy. Okay?
True.
And for good reason, you want to keep your distance until you're perfect ready to come in. But you know, again, whether it's short range, long range, it feels like Kola just has the parries on deck, and that's kind of getting to BeastModePaul here a little bit.
Yeah, BeastModePaul, though, just needs one of his strong aerials, either bear or fair, should get the job done. Let's see what the ledge trap looks like. Up B, a little bit too early, goes for a little bit more charge on that one.
Yes, sir.
And,
who you feeling like?
But getting out of there with a DED.
Okay. Caught in this corner right now, and still not the worst spot to be in the world either. I think, you know, when you're BeastModePaul, you're already used to playing from behind in a lot of matchups, and also just used to being one of the slower characters in whatever matchup you're in. So knowing just how to slow the match down could help you, but fortune favors the bold. And look, one thing about Kola, he ain't knocking on any open doors. So I'm coming through in a big way. Kola looking good right now.
Yeah, just cleaning that up so efficiently. I think that was like 81% at the start of the combo. You're just like, all right, I caught you dodging. Not today, son.
No.
181% on Kola. Man was not dying.
No,
you can hit me with whatever you want, but as long as it don't kill.
He said, we living. Alrighty, potential final game right here on the winner's side for BeastModePaul. Let's see if they can get another game on the board and try to force this to a game 5, or if Kola's just going to get the easy 3-0 and a handshake. Let's see how it all unfolds.
Yeah, and the crazy part is BeastModePaul is the higher seed in this event. I think he's like a 3rd seed or something.
I can see it.
Yeah, just because that coming up that hot victory from MomoCon, there's a lot of expectations placed on him, and you know it's a lot different when you're coming in as the expected winner. You know, you're coming in with this expectation. People tend to crack a little bit under pressure like that.
No, they do. They do. I mean, you know, sometimes you got to live up to the hype and just show people that it's not hype. You know, it's also flash, but there's a lot of fire back in that flash too. So don't get too close. And I think BeastModePaul certainly has what it takes. Just right now, it's the clash of two different ideologies that we see in fighting games, period. You know, you got one guy, again, who wants to slow it down, give you that slow, meticulous, methodic gameplay. And then when it's time to go in for the kill, they want to make sure that the scene is perfectly set, where you have somebody like Kola who's operating in a sort of similar mindset, but I'm just holding forward no matter how it goes.
He wants to be close to you. He wants to keep it personal, get all up on you. Back air, sends him off stage. Let's see what BeastModePaul does for the ledge trapping. Not really going to find anything. And now Kola turns it around until a little projectile right in the face.
There it is. An airplane coming through. 6-frame startup in the corner. And yes, anytime you think it's safe to just run off stage, I almost feel like if you're not already off stage versus BeastModePaul, you're already too late. It's almost like how you do it with Ness and Lucas. Like, if you're on time for the edge guard, you're too late. You actually have to be early like a jogger.
And that's a pizza toss right there for the stock. That's not something you get too much. Yeah. But, you know, when you need it, it's there for you.
There it is, man. Big slice right here coming through after that pizza toss. Yeah, I'm glowing green, so it's time to get mean here. Oh, my God. Okay, where we landed. Oh, my goodness, and almost into harm's way. But the short hop forward there, getting it done.
You know there's an audio cue for where you end up? Like, you can hear it.
You're right.
Yeah, it's like You can hear if it's center or middle or center or left or right. It's just, but it's very slight, so it's difficult to react to.
Yeah, I guess you're right, because there's a lot of times where I fight against Hero and I'm like, it sounds different every time he lands. Dude, I just learned something. Jesus. How many years of Hero has it been? And I'm still finding stuff. Yeah.
I think it's like 5 or 6 now.
Hello? Okay. More than enough time right here for BeastModePaul to figure this out, though, all things considered. 100 MP back on the board. And of course, it accelerates here. Yeah,
that's when they bring out all the big mana options. You know, you're just sending those spells out right away. Spend that whole mana bar, because you don't get anything for it being full.
No. Spend it, man. You earned it. Okay, gotta go for the full standing jab there that time. And just knowing when it's time to like go for 1-2 jab versus when it's time to just go for all 3 is a big difference maker when it comes to boxing, which is, again, something you're not typically used to seeing from Hero, but sometimes you gotta check that temperature, see if somebody's home.
Yeah, and you talked about how Kola was so practiced at the parries. That can come back to bite you a little bit if you go in for those multi-hit moves. But now that parry worked out really well, and now setting up once again. Kola with the bear off stage. This could be BeastModePaul's winner's bracket life if this jab connects in the corner.
Okay.
Listen for it. Yep.
Bro, what
was right.
This is insane. Wow. I'm learning something new. And here I was the whole time just, you know, back at home.
Right?
Just guess. Like, I think I can put it at long last. I played Link, so I just put out up air.
Put on up air somewhere.
Somewhere, please. Help, catch him.
But zooms once again out there. And, I mean, Kola is just not even swinging, knowing exactly where he wants to place his hitboxes, but, a hair away and not shielding the full jab, thinking it was the F tilt maybe.
Okay. Now he's going to go for both hits. Love that catching the air dodge, but that's okay, though. Of course, too much damage for the air dodge to really be beneficial here this time. And reach for the sky.
Yeah, Kola a little ill-advised up B. What was he trying to get there? Maybe a jump in?
I don't know. You know, you'll usually see, like, so when they're right next to the small platform, especially if it's one that's center stage, you'll see them go for up B, but then immediately drift back, almost like a fake out.
Yeah.
But I guess if like you're up close and personal, especially on Kola's at dark red percents, there's a good chance it's going to sing into that blast zone, or if not, just straight up KO.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe it was looking for a jump in, trying to get an anti-air with the up B, but it does not matter what he was looking for because it did not work out. And now BeastModePaul finds himself on the board, and a little bit of a breath of relief for him, because, you know, when you're down 0-2, you know, it seems so difficult to ever come back in.
No facts, man. Down and out Cameron style for sure. Okay, gonna go for the double-edged dance. Kick this thing off, and again, it is Kola in the driver's seat, moving towards here. The finish line is this first stock being taken. BeastModePaul really struggling to alleviate this pressure here. Gonna roll in. Great positioning right here from Kola. Back throw, not send you anywhere, but still got position on deck.
Yeah, reactions on point as well. Does use that Sizz to get out of there, but that time, once again, the Parry God coming out. Man, why is it everybody from Georgia parries like a monster?
I don't know. Something in the water down there for sure. You know, it's crazy. I don't know if I've seen a lot of turnaround F tilt here from Kola. Really, that's like a sortie classic if you have a traditional F tilt. It's like run into the corner aggressively, turn around, bait out a roll or a neutral get up, and then boom, turn around F tilt. But it's smart right there on Kola to even take a character that, depending on who you ask, could be a very cut and dry, a very linear character like Rory, and then still save you some tricks for the 11th hour. Great stuff here.
Oh, good Blazer early on, making sure that BMP couldn't get out there in time.
Yeah.
But I mean, the onus is certainly on our hero player to make something happen. Down smash. Oh no, that ain't gonna work out.
Try to catch the roll right there, but for good reason. And of course, Kola, no stranger to playing off stage. The problem is that sometimes when you try to get off stage, you're already just a little too late. You gotta really watch how you play against BeastModePaul in the corner. Don't want to take any unnecessary percent. Standing jab, smart stuff.
Yeah, finally find something with that up B, but it's not enough to get the stock, and it's a lot of MP used. Oh, okay. Sends all the way to the corner with the double-edged dance once again, but not enough to get the stock. Okay. All right, Blazer past the stage. Great choice, and an airplane kills off the top.
Yep.
Not something you see every day.
No, absolutely not, but a quick option nonetheless. Like we kind of mentioned before, 6 frame. Yeah, get off my stage.
Yeah, come on.
He hit him with the Steve Wilkos. He said, get off my stage.
Oh, come on.
No. But no, all jokes aside, though, yeah, I mean, a 6 frame startup, again, it's a very quick move, and it's just going to be very difficult, I think, for, you know, for a character like Hero just to try to deal with. So, of course, a lot of percent right here, a lot of stocks really to make up. More importantly, it's not a game of percents, it's the stocks that you really got to get rid of. And as it goes to show, Kola right now just looking ready here to close this thing out.
That might be a stock. Yes, sir. And you get one of those every now and then as Hero, and it just gives you the chance to come back to these games.
Yes.
Even when you're getting beat, even when you're getting cooked, you still always have that option.
Yeah, you do. You most certainly do. You always forget about the crits too. Like, oh, I guess I am. Like, I'm at 40%. I'll live. Like, no, it's Hero.
Not today.
Not on this stock, buddy. Okay. Making it back towards the far right side of the stage here. Okay, the roll in that time. A little uncharacteristic right here from BeastModePaul, but, you know, in dire straits here. Great shield, but you can't shield in the air. And it is Kola getting the stock off the top there. Clean stuff. A valiant effort right there from BeastModePaul, but it is Kola that's going to move on.
Yeah, Kola getting that winner's side top 8. You know he wants to repeat that tournament victory that he had from before, and no surprise that he was able to take it. But, I mean, it was an upset.
Yeah.
Technically an upset in the books, but the way Kola playing, it didn't look like it.
Like Martin Scorsese, it's absolute cinema. I'm just glad I was able to commentate some cinema, man, here with Jet. But all jokes aside, if you just tune in a minute, it's the CEO 2025, the 15th anniversary right here of CEO Excellency, man. Of course, big shout out to Jabali and the team for putting on this show. And if you love the event, if you're loving what you're seeing right here, you just want to show the event some love, hashtag CEO 2025, and join the conversation. Anybody who's in the fighting game space. Not even just the fighting game space. There's like professional athletes here, professional cosplayers, you know, content creators. I mean, just let the world know that you love Jabali. It's only going to make his head that much bigger.
True. I actually got to meet him today. It was I just like randomly saw him around. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll introduce myself, just say what's up. And he's a chill dude.
He is.
He messed with me a little bit. He's like, oh yeah, you haven't done anything too bad in the Smash scene yet. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, Jabali.
Thank you. I guess.
Thanks. That's one of those compliments where